Right, so welcome back to another video. So in this video, we are going to discuss about the profiles. So what are the different kinds of profiles? So one will be the security profile, certificate and decryption profile. Both are interrelated to each other, service profiles and network profiles. So these are the different kinds of profiles. Okay, so first we will discuss about the certificate and the decryption because we already saw how to decrypt the policy. So decryption, we have already done it. So let's go back to my device and we should see, otherwise let's go to the object. Now you see that at the left hand side on the description there is a decryption profile over here. So by default, there is one policy which is being created. So we configure the decryption policy. That's all good. But by default, you see that it is not blocking sessions with the expired certificate. It is not blocking any of the traffic. So it doesn't matter with the traffic certificate is expired, it's still going and configuring, able to connect to the internet. So how we saw that the Palo Alto is re-signing that traffic. So what you can do is that you can create your own decryption profile. So let's say that I want to create my own, that is PA decrypt. And here I want to block the expired certificate with untrusted certificates, unknown status. If there is a checkout time on, so append certificate CN value, don't worry about it. Unsupported mode check, yes, I want to block the session with the unsupported versions, ciphers, unsupported, that means authentication sessions, block session if resources are not available, block downgrade on no resource. I don't want to downgrade from TLS 1.3 version to 1.2 in order to connect. So it's up to you, but I will unselect that one. So this one is the SSL decryption forwarding. So whenever you're going from inside to outside, from your corporate network to the outside, we are following these rules and policy. So in this profile, so we are just providing some kind of rules. But if it is coming from the outside to inside, so inbound inspection, which we did not do and we are not doing it. So if you want to check any of those rules, then you can select this. If you want to select any of the SSL protocol settings, you can set it over here. As I said that if it is a RSA SSL decryption, Palo Alto is able to do it, but for the electric curve, then you have to specially reconfigure Palo Alto to decrypt that one. So by default, you can see that all of the algorithm, authentication, encryption, key exchange, type of certificate, minimum version, maximum version, everything is being included here. So I will keep the same thing. So if there is a no decryption, so if I'm not doing decryption, in this case, I have removed the decryption policy. So if you see that Wikipedia, before I was not able to go to access the Wikipedia, but now I'm able to access it. But whenever I'm not decrypting the traffic, if the session is of connecting, that means my internal PCs are trying to connect to the servers which have the expired certificate. I want to block those traffic. Yes, you can block those traffic. Block session with untrusted issues. Yes, issuers. SSH proxy, which we are not doing, so I will just skip this one. So this is the profile which I created, right? All good. So now let's go to the device. And if you remember that we created one certificate, which is our Palo Alto, which is acting as a certificate authority, because that gives the Palo Alto an authority to decrypt and re-sign the certificate. But if I want to define some conditions or rules to this particular certificate, then I can click on certificate profile. So click on add, and here you can see that, okay, you want to access, or that means if you want to import the certificate, certain conditions should be met, that you are only trusting so and so issuers like Google, DigiCert, Let Encrypt. So, but basically you will be accepting the certificate from anyone who is trusted on the internet, because that will automatically do the successful handshake and the traffic will be encrypted. But in case if you want to just use some exclusive certificate authorities, then you can add your own certificate authorities which you want to allow the traffic. And in the username field, you can select what subject it is. You can provide the common name, but I'm selecting none. So if you want to provide a domain name, you can provide a domain name. You can, if you want to check the revocation list, you can check it. If you want to check the certificate status on the online, you can check this option. Now CRL list to receive 5 seconds. Then if you want to change the timeout session, so by default, there is no policy, no profile, nothing. So it is just accepting everything. But we created the certificate decryption profile, which says that whenever we are decrypting the traffic, follow so and so rules. Whenever you're not decrypting the traffic, follow so and so rules. And here also we are doing the same thing. If you're checking for the certificate, you follow so and so rules. Okay, so block session if certificate status is unknown and all those options. So it's up to you if you want to create the profiles. So until unless you are very much familiar with the certificates, how certificate works and the certificate trusting works, then I don't recommend you to do any of those configuration over here. Okay. So now once the certificate profile is been created, decryption profile is been created, now it's time to apply. So if I go back to my policy, and if I click on decryption policy, click on add, I will say Palo Alto decrypt. I have deleted that one, the previous one. So I will say that source will be the inside, destination will be the outside. Service URL category, I will keep it any option. Now in the decryption profile, now I can select the one which I have created, which is PA decrypt. So it will check going through those rules. So when I am decrypting the traffic, it will go through that rules. When I am not decrypting the traffic, it will go through that rule. So it will be checking the rules which we define. Okay, so if I select the decrypt and click on OK, and that's it. So once we commit that one, so whenever the traffic is going from inside to outside now, it will now check for the new rules which we have provided on the decryption profiles. So you can say that the profiles are nothing but just a set of rules which you are going to match. If that is matching, then only you will be accepting the traffic, otherwise you will be dropping or blocking the traffic. So I hope this was informative for you, and thank you.